Welcome back to another video. My name is Michael. I'm the founder of Buffalo Performance and Analysis, where we combine sports science, strength and conditioning, and sports performance to give coaches the tools necessary to build the next level of elite athletes. In this video today, we're taking a look at one of my very first sports science projects that I ran back in 2020 when I was a high school six-man football coach and strength and conditioning coach. The purpose of the fatigue management questionnaire that we're going to go over today was to manage the life and school stressors as well as fatigue and workload of the athletes during the football season. This was the first time that our athletes utilized the weight room during the season, and so I wanted to have a report to show our sports staff as well as the upper administration as to why utilizing the weight room during the season was a great idea for our football athletes. Now, given the tools and the resources that we had on hand at that time, this was our best bet. This was something that we had our athletes fill out by hand at the beginning of each day. As we know, we have tools like Huddle and Bridge Athletic and a bunch of other great resources available to us now. At that time, we didn't have those resources available at the school where I was. And so this was the questionnaire that we had our athletes fill out every single day. So we have their name and the date that they fill it out, and as well as the time that they went to bed and the wake up time. This way we can kind of gauge not only how much sleep they're getting, but we can get a rough estimate of whether or not it's quality sleep. Some of our athletes, if they had a lot of homework, couldn't go to bed till midnight and then maybe had to wake up at 6 a.m. That allows us to see how much sleep they're getting and at what range and time that they're getting that sleep. The next little block that we see are just some regular questions that you'll see when coaches are gauging for overtraining. Things about anxiety or irritability or mood swing, those are all things that we look for when we're looking for overtraining. Again, this was the first time that we utilized the weight room during the football season, and so we wanted to make sure that our athletes were not being overtrained. At the bottom, we had them circle their life stresses that they experienced, whether it was from school or from training and just kind of a general overall level of stress. Some of the great results that we were able to take away from this was that the athletes were never in a chronic state of overtraining. So while they might circle a 7 or 8 or a 9 for the stress from practice, that wasn't usually for consistent time periods. Maybe we had one or two killer workouts and then it would drop back, and we had the majority of our practice between 4, 5, and 6, and a good chunk at 7 as well. But that 4 to 6 was where we saw the majority of our athletes circling the stress from practice. Another result that we were able to take away from this project is that we underutilized the time allotted by our governing body. Being a private school in Texas, we were governed by TAPS, and TAPS allows 15 hands-on coaching hours. On our highest week, we only spent 13 hours with our athletes, which meant we still, on our highest week, had an additional 2 hours that we could have utilized for practice, film, recovery session, or other. What this project shows us is that for the majority of our athletes, their main source of stress wasn't from practice, but it was from school. The project also shows us that they didn't really show any signs of chronic overtraining. Because we had our athletes fill it out by hand, by the end of the season, we had nearly 1,000 pages worth of data collected right here in this binder. Now, there are great tools available out there like Bridge Athletic or Team Builder, which allow coaches to streamline that data. But this was a great look. I did a lot of research on sports psychology, managing load, to fill out and create this daily questionnaire. If you're interested in any of the services that Buffalo Performance and Analysis provides, please feel free to reach out. We would love to help your team reach that next level of success.